helping modern women unleash their feminine power. 2, 1. Hello, my loves. Welcome to episode 11 of the Feminine Dating Podcast. This is your favorite host, Lillian Toscano, and today's episode is a juicy one. How to become a high value woman and never chase love. And in today's dating world, a lot of us women, we lower our standards, right? To find a partner. We fear that we'll end up alone if we don't stay in these relationships, right? If we don't stay and try to make things work with the men that we're dating, right? A lot of us spend years trying to make this man the man that we desire, right? Trying to make him be in the relationship that we desire. And we end up feeling frustrated. We end up feeling so alone. And we end up feeling so angry at ourselves and this man for, not living up to what we want him to be, right? And so we spend a lot of time trying to make this man be the man that we want. That's why we end up in these situationships for years with men who are non-committal, with men who are breadcrumbing us, right? Because we're hoping and praying that someday this man will wake up and see that we are the prize, and he's gonna, get on one knee and ask us to be his one and only. But that never happens, right? And instead, we end up, wasting so much of our time feeling frustrated and disappointed that things just don't work out for us, right? So I am going to be giving you in this episode the blueprint, the step-by-step on how to become that high-value woman so you never, ever have to chase love, my love, because you don't need to. Because once you're up there, once your standards are up there, you're going to see like men are going to be coming towards you. Men are going to be wanting to commit to you. Men are going to be wanting you to commit, right? They're going to be chasing after the commitment from you, right? Because they're going to see you as the prize. They're going to feel your energy. So this is deeper. We're going to go deeper than strategy. I'm going to give you a little bit of strategy here, but we're going to go deeper into the mindset and the energy that you're going to be exuding with this men, how you're going to be relating to them, how to set those standards, how to set those boundaries in a way that feels true to you. And it feels very, loving and caring as well. So very feminine, soft, and just magnetic, right? You'll become this magnetic woman that he's just going to be drawn to you. So let's get started. Okay. So I believe I have about 7 or so steps here that I want to get you through. So let's dive in and start discussing the first one. So the first one is actually very fundamental, and it's the one we all know, okay? We all know this, but are we practicing? And as you hear it, I don't want you to go into, I already know this. Yes, but are you really, truly understanding this, right? Is it in your bone? Is it in your DNA? Maybe not, okay? So listen to it with an open heart. Listen to these steps with an open mind, knowing that whatever you have heard before, you can still take something away from this, and you are going to feel so empowered by the end of this episode. I can't guarantee you this, okay? Because even after just writing this, I felt so empowered. Like, yes, this is exactly how I felt and how I feel, and what I've done in order to become this high value woman where my man is just so devoted to me, okay? So the first one is love yourself. Step 1, fundamental, basic, right? First step is to understand that nothing and no one is more attractive than you liking yourself, right? There is nothing more attractive in a person than that person liking themselves. So self-love is like having a love magnet in your pocket. That's what I thought it would be like, you having a little love magnet in your pocket. If you genuinely and unconditionally love yourself, you'll be attracting men anywhere you go, okay? You'll be so attractive to men. when you love yourself, you just radiate this confidence and this positive energy, right? You feel it. You feel it from people. You feel it from women, right? You feel it from men. This makes you irresistible to the right kind of man. Okay. This is huge. This makes you irresistible to the right kind of men. When you love yourself, you become this magnet for the right kind of men, for the right kind of love. Okay. And don't confuse self-love with self-care. A lot of you say like, oh yes, I'm taking care of me. I'm doing my nails. I'm taking care of my hair and all that. But that is wonderful. You do that. Okay. You do you, my love. Okay. But what I'm talking about is accepting and loving, the parts of you that you don't want to love. This is deeper stuff, right? This is not just like the shallow, like I'm taking care of myself. No, this is deeper, right? This is really loving you, accepting, being compassionate with yourself, being loving towards yourself, talking to yourself as if you are, your best friend, right? That is what I'm talking about. And we'll go deeper into this self-love, but this is the very like fundamental basic step that I want to start off, right? Just you liking who you are, right? So the second step, and this I'm going to piggyback on the first one, is know your worth. Okay. It's essential to know that a man will never make your life complete because you are already complete. Listen to this again. It's essential to know that a man will never, ever, ever make your life complete because you are already complete. Okay. You don't need to, he doesn't need to complete you. Okay. You don't complete him and he doesn't complete you. Okay. So as a high value woman, you must understand your value and worth. Okay. And no, do not be the convenient girl, okay, who's always available for this man. Know your worth, my love, okay? And I'm going to talk about standards later on this, but right now, just know your worth. Know what your value is, okay? And know that you don't want to behave like the convenient girl. You don't want to make things easy for this man, okay? You want him to work. And we're going to go deeper into this as well. But please know your worth, okay? Because this is the thing. This type of like, allowing a man to just come into your life whenever he wants to, right? If you're in a situationship with a man and he calls you up and right there you're available, this kind of behavior will never get you what you desire because he's going to feel like you're not the price, right? You're not behaving like the price. You're not showing up as the price. You are showing up as a convenient girl that whenever he feels like it, he can call you up and you're going to be right there on his doorsteps, right? How many of us, and including myself, okay, how many of us have Uber ourselves to the men's place, make it so convenient to the men, so easy for him to access us, for him to have any time with us? Don't do that, okay? You are the prize, my love, okay? Let's keep thinking of that. Let's keep really making sure and put that ingrained in your brain that you are the price, right? And you have to make him work for it, right? You have to make him work for it and not make it so easy for him. Because just think about this, okay? Think about a diamond, right? A diamond is precious. A diamond is expensive. A diamond is something that a lot of us want, right? And why is that? Because it's something that is not so attainable, right? It's thousands of dollars that you would be paying for a diamond versus, any other type of rock that you can get for $6, right? So know the difference, right? How are you going to treat a diamond? This is how you have to start thinking of yourself. I am a diamond girl. I am a diamond. I have so much to give. I have so much worth. I have so much value in me, right? And it's not material things. It has nothing to do with you, like, having a great job, having a home, having an amazing car that you drive. None of those things matter. Your value does not come from that, okay? Know your value. And when I say that, it's really, the value that you are putting on yourself, okay? on you as a person, as a human being. What you bring to the table is not the material things, it's the person who you are, your warmth, your sensuality, your femininity. That's what a man is looking for, okay? He doesn't care how much you make. He doesn't care if you own a home. He doesn't care what car you drive, okay? A masculine energy man is not looking for that. He is looking for a woman who he can really, connect with and have that amazing relationship with, right? And he is also not looking for a convenient girl. He doesn't care for a convenient girl. He wants a girl that he knows, nobody else can have, right? This is the thing about men, right? They're competitive. So they want to be, with a woman who knows her value, who knows her standard, who knows her worth, right? Who she's not going to make it easy for Joe Blow to come and be with her, right? So think about that next time, that you are like, oh, I really want to see him. Oh, wait a minute. If I make myself this easy, this available, this convenient, he's not going to really see my value, right? And even if I do want to see him, I have to set those standards for myself and act accordingly, behave accordingly on how I want to be treated, right? So this is how you show up, right? Differently. He needs to know that you are a valuable woman, right? And not just anyone that can come around and be with you. So that's step 2, my love. So make sure that you're doing this. Don't be the convenient girl. So now step number 3. And this is huge. This is one of my favorite ones here of this step-by-step guide that I'm giving you here, because this is one that I really owned, and I'm just, I really treat myself this way. And this is treat yourself as high value. No one is going to treat you as high value if you're not treating yourself as a high value. Okay. So check with yourself. How do you treat yourself? Do you treat yourself with love? Do you think highly of yourself? Right? How do you take care of yourself? Right? Are you giving yourself good food? Are you giving yourself the exercise that you need? Are you treating yourself with love and compassion? How do you talk to yourself? Right? Are you like your BFF, or are you your worst enemy? Right? So this is a big thing that you have to look into, okay? Because this is the blueprint on how others will treat you. How you treat yourself is the blueprint on how others will treat you. So check yourself. How am I treating myself? How am I taking care of myself, right? So make sure that you are treating yourself as the price that you are, because you are the price, okay? So start treating yourself as that high value woman, as the price that every man out there desires, okay? Once you start treating yourself this way, you start showing up this way, you'll see that men are just going to want to treat you this way as well, because you have certain standards that they know, without even communicating these things, they are going to know, they're going to feel it. And that gets me to step number 4. Set your standards, okay? Set your standards. It is so important to set the rules of your own dating life, okay? Nobody else, you don't need to follow everyone else's dating rules. These are your rules. This is your life. You decide, what your rules are, okay? Know exactly what your standards are, how you expect to be treated, and what you're willing to compromise on, right? And ladies, okay, let me tell you this. You can only know this by dating, okay? By dating different men. Because you're going to start seeing whether, what you like, what you don't like, what feels good to you, and what doesn't feel good to you, right? And most importantly, this is so you're able to communicate your standards, right? In a way that shows him where where you are, where you stand, what you want, right? This means that we use our feminine energy, okay? We communicate our standards in a feminine energy, okay? The best way to really set our standards is energetically. Like I said before, you don't even have to say anything to this man. Absolutely not. The best way of setting your standards, setting those boundaries is non-verbally. Is with your energy, right? Because you're showing up differently. He will know, he will feel it from you, right? But you really need to get out there and date different men to see what is it that you like, what you don't like, and, really get to know you. This is the thing. Dating is like free therapy. You get to date all these men. You get to triggered by all these men. And think about it, it's like a big ballroom, right, where you get to dance with all these men, and you get to see how good of a dancer you are and where you need to improve, and the areas that you excel at, and what you like, about dancing with certain men. And are they stepping on your toes? Are they pushing you? Are they bringing you in, like, and so you know what you like, right? And what you don't want in a relationship in a man. So this is crucial. Dating is so important, because then you get to see, right? It's like getting like free therapy, becoming more self-aware by having and dating these men, right? So that is how you set your standards, my love. So it's by knowing you first, okay? And then you can set those standards with the men that you're dating, and being able to communicate that, right? Being able to communicate your standards in a very feminine way. So step number 5, and this is a big one that I find that a lot of us, we just don't learn this thing, okay? We don't. Who teaches us how to date? Nobody. And like, I the relationship that I had with my mom, I never really talked to her about men and boys, right? So she never really had anything to say about that, because I never asked. And maybe like you never had a conversation about this stuff with your parents, right? And it would feel so awkward too, I feel, to even ask my mom, hey, how do I date? Like, how are men supposed to act? How are they supposed to relate to me and all that? Where we learn this stuff is from movies, right? Disney, Hollywood. and we get to see this like fantasy man, and then we, have this like wrong version of what love really is. And then we get into relationships and we realize, hey, that's not how it works, right? Real relationships, real men don't act this way, right? And so this is a crucial step. And step number 5 is screen your dates, okay? Don't jump headfirst and rush through things. I know in the Hollywood movies and the Disney movies, this is what happens, right? Like the princess finds her prince and happy ever after, right? They don't have to like get to know each other. She doesn't date multiple men. She only sees one, and that's it, right? But you really, really have to take it slow, right? And give bit by bit, right? Give him bit by bit to see how he responds, right? Does this man reciprocate? Does he appreciate, right? Does he appreciate you? Yeah. Your love needs to be earned, right? You're a prize. Remember, you're a prize. So he needs to earn this love, right? And learn how to screen guys better, so you can avoid wasting time on the wrong man. Because this is what happens. This is how we end up in situationships, is because we're not screening these men. We're not screening our dates. We're sort of just like letting ourselves just go with the flow, and we're not really seeing the man for who he is. We're not seeing the situationship for what it is. We are just like, I will make him that man. I will make that relationship work. I will, you become this, fixer upper. You're gonna go and fix this man, right? You keep dating fixer uppers, just trying to make it, flip it and make it a better place. And this is how we waste time, right? So I'm gonna give you a tool, and this is the best way I believe to be able to do this, to be able to screen dates. Okay, I think the best way to do it is by keeping a journal on your dates. After you come from your date, you're going to want to write on this journal, okay? Just go home and write about it. How did it feel to be this man? How did it feel to be in his presence? Right? Did you feel safe? Did you feel seen? Did you feel understood by him? Right? How did it feel to be in his presence? Did you feel his energy coming towards you? Right? Or was your energy going towards him, right? So notice how you feel. Were you feeling scared? Or did your walls go up? How did you feel with this man? Were you triggered, right? This is free therapy, and this is how you screen men, right? How you get to see them, because you're slowing down, my love. This is you slowing down and really feeling it through, rather than just like thinking it through, right? Rather than be like, okay, well, he's charming. This is good. We have good chemistry. Let's go. No, this is you really taking a step back, leaning back, and, really getting to know you and knowing what you like, how it felt to be with this man, and was there any anxiety, right, that came up from it? Why was that, right? What happened? And yeah, so you can learn so much from this, and you can learn to screen your dates, and whether this man is someone that you would want to see again, or someone that you definitely are like, no, I noticed these things, and I can absolutely say these are you know, non-negotiables for me. These are deal breakers. I do not want to be in a relationship with a man who I can see is non-committal, or who's not looking for a committed relationship, or who's not looking for marriage, or whatever it is that your non-negotiables are, right? So know your non-negotiables, okay? Figure those out. Like, what are your deal breakers, right? So really look into that. I actually have a program, the Diva Dating Manual, and in that program I go through all of that on how to date as a diva. And this is actually even deeper. Of course, in my course, you go even deeper into this on how to show up as a diva. And in the diva, I'm not talking about this woman who has like a chip on her shoulder and she's egotistical. No, I'm talking about this woman who values herself, who knows her worth. That's what I'm talking about. So if you want to learn more about this, how to become this high value woman, I would highly recommend that you check that program out. And it's on my website. I'll put the link here. And it's a combination of my feminine energy program and the Diva Dating Manual. And with the two are just these, powerful courses where you're going to learn how to be in your feminine while also, being that dating as a diva, right? Knowing your worth, knowing your value, and learning, how to communicate with men, how to relate to men with, without this wall, without putting up an armor, without any of those things, because that just pushes men away. And, it doesn't create that intimacy and that connection that you're looking for. So this program is super cheap as well. It's only $37 right now. So if you want to go get that, it's 2 programs in one, and it's only $37. So I will leave the link here in this episode. So now let me see, where are we? Yes. So now let's go to the next step. Okay. Step number 6. Oh my gosh. This is another one where we get stuck a lot. Okay. This is be the chooser, not the chosen. Okay. When you go on these dates, don't go hoping to be chosen. Instead, go to these dates thinking, do I like him? Do I see a future with this guy? Do our values align? Think about that one. Do our values align? Do we want the same things, right? Are we on the same page in what we want, right? As a high value woman, you have the power to choose the right partner for you. Okay. A lot of times we think that we don't, that men have the power, and it's the complete opposite. We women have the power to choose who you want to entertain, who you want as your partner. Open up your eyes and see the man for who he is, right? Sink into your feminine energy, sink into your body. See the situation for what it is, right? This is a lifetime commitment that you're making with a man, right? And so you want to really see him for who he is. Can he be a good partner for you? Does he fit in your life, right? Does he want the same things? Do your values align, right? All those things. You have to start looking at these men and, know that you're the choser, right? Not the chosen one, right? So open up your eyes, my loves, okay, to see who this man really is. And do you even want a future with this man, right? And if you want kids, if you want a family, it's even a bigger deal, because it's like thinking of this man. Could he be the provider that I need? Is he going to be a good father to our children, right? What kind of father is he going to be, right? What kind of example is he going to set with the children that we have, right? Is he going to be taking care of us? Is he going to protect us? Is he going to take care of us financially, right? Is he going to be that provider for us, right? Or is this the type of man that doesn't want any responsibilities, and I'm going to be stuck with the child and I'm never going to have any help from him? Am I going to be stuck with that, right? So open up your eyes to that, right? Because this is your future. This is a big deal. You're not dating these men just to date them. You're dating these men because you want to get married. You want that commitment relationship. You want a lifelong partner. And that's a lot of years. You do not want to be with the wrong man, right? This is how you have to start seeing these men. Okay. The last step that I want to share with you is this. Sex does not seal the deal. Okay. I know that a lot of times we think that, by having sex with a man that somehow we're going to get him, right? But this doesn't work that way, right? Sex does not seal the deal. Please don't think for a minute that he will stick around because you slept with him, right? He will only stay because he has an emotional connection with you. Okay, when you sleep with a man, you're deciding that you just want to sleep with him. You want to have fun. There's no expectations. You're just gonna enjoy the moment, and or B, that you actually have that connection with him, right? You feel that connection with him, that emotional connection with him, and you want to move things forward, right? But don't think for a minute that in order that you are sleeping with him and then you're gonna be able to move things forward, because that doesn't happen, right? So the only way you can deepen the connection with a man through sex is by him already having that emotional connection with you. Okay. Listen to this again. The only way you can deepen a relationship with a man through sex is when he has the emotional connection with you. He already has this emotional connection with you. If he does not have that emotional connection with you and you're trying to get something from him, you're trying to get that commitment from him, you're trying to get that reassurance from him by sleeping with him, this is going to backfire on you, my love. Okay. Because the minute this man has sex with you, he's just going to be like, okay, well, this was fun. See ya. Right. And like, men are different. They're just wired differently. If he doesn't have the emotional connection with you, he's just going to bail out and you're going to be left, feeling horrible, right? By this experience. And I'm sure some of you have experienced that. I myself have experienced that, right? And it doesn't feel good. So take it slow. This is a slow burn. You don't have to rush these things, right? Take it slow. Get to know this man, right? And see how it feels. And if it feels right at the right moment, you will go ahead. But if it doesn't, don't go there. Don't open that door, right? So becoming a high value woman is really about self-love, confidence, and knowing your worth, right? It's about setting your standards and not settling for less than you deserve, right? When you become this high value woman, love will just come to you. You won't have to chase it anymore. It won't be something that you have to go after. It will just come to you. So do these 7 steps, and trust me, if you focus on these 7 steps, you will become that high value woman where men are going to be chasing you. You're not going to be chasing love anymore. You're going to be just being your wonderful self, your, diamond self, and you are just going to be attracting. You're going to be this beautiful magnet, just attracting love your way. So thank you so much, my loves, for listening to this episode. I am so thrilled that I was able to share this with you. And if you found it helpful, please share it with your friends. I want more women to come and listen to this, because we can all learn from each other. And don't forget to subscribe for more valuable content. So till the next one. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish you a beautiful day. If you want to learn more about being in your feminine energy, I have a free feminine energy guide that you can just download from my website. Just go to liliantoscano.com and download it from there. See you soon.